It's time for the very best, Asia's finest showcase in football. Welcome along to the J1 League GOALZONE Show. At the halfway mark in the league now, and things are heating up. There was a round of rescheduled fixtures in midweek, seeing Sapporo with their first win in 10 games and Oita taking a big 3 points in Tokyo. In the rematch of the Master versus Disciple, it's another victory for the Master Postecoglou, while Cerezo added more points to their tally. On to round 17 then, Sapporo hosting Gamba, while the other Osaka side were at home to the Antlers. A bottom of the table clash saw Shonan facing off with Shimizu, and Urawa welcomed the league leaders to the Saitama Stadium. Starting up north though, Sapporo taking a much needed win in midweek, but with the second worst defence in the league, the hosts needed to tidy up their backline as they faced Gamba Osaka. Here's Shazad Haq.
Corner as well, and it's almost gone in. Well, Gento Miura had a free header there, and I think he'll be disappointed he hasn't at least put that on target. It was a powerful header as well. Lucas. Komai. Oh, and again, that cross shot. He's been everywhere, hasn't he? Buzzing around. Also with the cross. Susami! Well, that was a free header. No one around him at all, and he has guided that wide. That's a delightful ball into the path of Suga. And he hits that wide. Kurata, free header. Oh, excellent save, but he can't do anything about the rebound. And just minutes after coming on, Kazuma Watanabe gives Gamba Osaka the lead. Arano. Out wide to Shirai. Decent ball in, and the header loops over. Well, the inconsistent form of Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo continues. The final score here then at the Atsubetsu Stadium, it's Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo 0, Gamba Osaka 1.
After being handed their first loss in 4 games midweek, Sagan Tosu were up against last season's champions, the Marinos, who had Eric in fine goal-scoring form. Patrick Kinghorn with your commentary.
But the Marinos getting going with Terraton, and that's a good ball over the top as well, and it's found its target. The flag stays down, and they smash it in. 1-0 inside a minute, got to be the fastest goal of the season so far. And once again, Marinos make a breakthrough early. Sensational start for the Marinos. And Eric, straight off the bat with the quickest goal of the season so far. Thiago Martins in a very advanced position, finds Terraton once again in so much space, it can't be true. We're onside here, pulling it back for the spectacular, and it's 2! And 12 minutes in. No doubt about that one. Terraton involved again. It was a lovely header across from Eric as well. What about Terraton's ball there? Eric with a header across, slightly behind Junior Santos, who said, never mind about that, I'll try the acrobatic. With Kachikawa. Just look like they've got that extra bit of quality, the Marinos. Coughed it up there though, and once again Sagan Tosu could be in to get back into this game, and they are back into this game. Well, 3 goals in the first 20 minutes, and that's the kind of response you want to see, both the way the goal was scored and the reaction of Hayashi, who's now got his 4th goal in his last 5 games. And I can't say the Marinos hadn't been warned. Achi Hayashi in what's turning into a goal fest this afternoon at the Ekamai Real Estate Stadium. It's Terraton to go about trying to help them get it. He's already been pivotal in 2 goals they scored, and that's going to find its target as well. And Eric is in acres of space inside the area. Eric, can he fashion the chance for a shot or square it back? Gets it back to Wada inside, and there's the goal for Marcos Jr. It's taken him 3 goes to get one, but it's third time lucky. And it was a nice layoff from Wada. And Matsubara, I think it was. Just check for you here to give the right credit where it's due. And that's brave from Marcos Jr. Ohata. First meaningful touch, and that's a lovely, delightful flick from Ishii. And they're on the move again, played through by Harakawa. Across the 6-yard box, this has been spilled! After penalty shout, and then the effort over the bar. It's a disappointing end to another promising Sagan Tosu move. Reminiscent of some of the football that the Marinos have been playing. And when Kajikawa spilled it, it came back out to Harakawa. Again, it's been amongst the goals since they came back from that COVID break. He's just got to find a target. If he finds a target, he's only got to get it past Matsubara. Marcos Jr. gets this back just outside the area. Uses to play it square to find Eric. Eric in turn finds Junior Santos, and Junior Santos gets it back to Marcos Jr. They're still coming in. Marcos Jr. A one-hand ball, I think. A deflection at least. Nothing doing. Let's have a look at the replay. No VAR, remember. Well, Junior Santos' strength served him well. Handball was a bit of a stretch, was it? Are they just looking for the corner here? It's an effort from range that's not a mile away. Ashi's the 4-man for Sagan Tosu. Eric's the 4-man for the Marinos. 4 goals in his last 3 games now. It's over the top. Is he going to be onside here? Junior Santos, if he is. Tosu could be in bother. Junior Santos! Keeper stands up well. And the loose ball will be cleared by Harakawa. Referee Hiroki Kasahara blows for full time. A largely disappointing second half, but we have plenty of action in the first. The Marinos coast in the second stanza. They've beaten Sagan Tosu here by 3 goals to 1.
Back on the main island of Honshu, Nagoya took to the field against Vissel Kobe. The visitors hadn't found a win in their last 6 games, and their packed schedule wasn't doing them any favours. The first chance of the game fell to Nagoya 6 minutes in, Mu Kanazaki with a shot straight at the goalkeeper. Vissel Kobe's first chance came 4 minutes later. Nice back heel from Douglas. Kyogo Furuhashi with his shot just inside the penalty box, but pushed wide. On the quarter-hour mark, the visitors took the lead. An exquisite little lob over the goalkeeper from Hotaro Yamaguchi, and that's 1-0. 10 minutes later, Nagoya came bursting forward at pace. Mateus' shot, though, wide of the upright. And Mateus was involved again 3 minutes before the half. His left-footed shot striking Leo Osaki's hand that was clearly raised and preventing the ball heading goalwards. Mu Kanazaki stepped up from the spot, and that made it 1-1. Nagoya won themselves a second penalty 11 minutes into the second half. Hard to see what brought Naoki Maeda to the ground, but the referee pointed to the spot and Kanazaki did the rest. 2-1 up, and with only 3 minutes left, Mateus looked to seal the points from distance, saved by the goalkeeper, but they still got the 2-1 win. To the Kansai region now, Cerezo Osaka, not letting up in their title chase, were on a string of 6 wins and looking to add to that tally as they hosted Kashima Antlers. Just after the half-hour mark, and Kashima were rewarded with a little bit of good fortune. Ryuji Izumi's shot stopped by a defender on the line, but bundled over that line by Juan Alano for the first goal of the game. But the visitors might have been guilty of resting on their laurels. On the fast break on the right-hand side, Tatsuhiro Sakamoto with the ball in, and nobody picked up Bruno Mendes, wide open in the penalty area for the equaliser. Kashima got themselves back in front very early on in the second half. Kim Jin-hyun saving from Izumi, but Everaldo there to pick up the rebound. His 11th goal of the season. 20 minutes left and Cerezo positive in their pursuit for an equaliser. Mate Jonic with the header there, palmed away by Yuya Oki. Just a minute later and it was Oki to the rescue again, this time denying Leandro De Sabato. And with Cerezo looking for that equaliser 2 minutes into time added on for stoppages, with the goalkeeper coming off his line, surely all Yasuki Kimoto had to do was angle his header down just a little bit. We're at the halfway mark on our show, but when we come back, a showdown of the cellar dwellers in Kanagawa. You're watching the J1 League GOALZONE Show with all the goals from Japan's top flight. Let's head to Shonan next. The bottom two teams faced off at the Hiratsuka Stadium, and both sides, on just 2 wins this season, really needed to pull up their socks and their positions in the table. Mark Richmond has your commentary.
Clever nutmeg from Carlinhos, just offside. Junior Dutra, who expected the pass to be hit to him a lot sooner. Well, it's a junior combination up front that Klimowski hopes will make the difference in this game. He's just slightly off. Kanato. It's almost as if that little passage of play earlier on has invited them to come out of their shell. Dutra! It's gone into the back of the net, but I think the referee spotted a foul before that. That's the second time already that he's put it into the back of the net. Same spot of the net as well. First time flagged for offside, and this one, before he had taken the shot, the whistle had already gone. Once again, that wasn't offside. So what was the call for? Well, it's a wrong decision by the referee, or was it the assistant referee? Nakamura sliding it into space for Goto. Carlinhos just sprinting clear inside the penalty box. Here's Carlinhos! CJ10 has struck again. 6th of the season for Carlinhos Jr. And you could see it happening. The moment Goto got the ball, he just sprinted clear of his marker. Paved the way, and all it needed was a good cross. And boy, was that a good cross. Okamoto, error strong display in this game for Okamoto. Lost possession to Junior Dutra. Nishizawa on the outside, Tirosin Dangda the other way. He goes for goal himself and finds the back of the net. It's a goal that he absolutely deserves for his endeavors today. The industry that he's put in, Junior Dutra is rewarded. 2 disallowed in the first half. This time it counts. Here is Suzuki, treated up for Junior Dutra off the upright. That will be it. Kenta Nishizawa, who scored 2 in the stadium last year, and that 6-0 bashing, scores the 3rd. And Shimizu S-Pulse have clinched their first away win of the season. The scoreline has reflected the way the game has gone. It's half the goals that they scored only last year, but it's still a win yet again. And this stadium just brings back super happy memories for Shimizu S-Pulse as they win by 3-0 against Shonan Bellmare.
At the Sankyo Frontier Stadium now, and Kashiwa needed an improved result after their narrow loss the previous weekend. They'd be hoping that Alunga would bring along his scoring boots against Sanfrecce. And the Kenyan was involved inside the first 2 minutes, getting his right foot to an unorthodox opportunity saved at the near post by Takuto Hayashi. But it was Sanfrecce who would break the deadlock after 9 minutes. Yoshifumi Kashiwa with a delicate little ball in from the left. Douglas Vieira on hand to open the scoring. Kashiwa almost took advantage of some chaotic defending 4 minutes from half-time. Eventually the ball fell to Olunga, but his effort cleared off the line by Hayato Araki. But the equaliser did come very late on in that first half. Long ball in from Ataro Isaka. Nice first touch from Kengo Kitazume, and he finishes very tidily indeed. Into the second half and a tireless bendy run from Hiroto Goya. His effort just cleared off the line by Yoshifumi Kashiwa. Still pursuing that go-ahead goal, some tidy footwork by Isaka. His shot just inches wide of the far post. 12 minutes left and a chance for Sanfrecce. Leandro rising to head that one down, and clawing that ball out of the air was the goalkeeper Kim Seung-yu. Both sides still keen to get all 3 points though. With 5 minutes left, Goya meeting the corner. With the ball just going slightly behind him, he can only direct that one onto the crossbar. 4 minutes into injury time, there was still an opportunity for Kashiwa, but first the goalkeeper and then some good defending, denying the attacking side, and we finish all square. Heading south now, Oita locking horns with Yokohama. Both sides coming into this one after big wins in the last round of matches, and they'd love to bag another 3 points. Yokohama's Kosuke Saito with the first chance of the game. We could all see what he was trying to do, but couldn't quite get enough bend on that right-footed shot. Some sloppy Yokohama defending in the 5th minute almost gave Oita their first goal of the game. Saved on the line by the legs of Tatsuki Seiko and fortuitously into the arms of his goalkeeper. Shortly after that, Ryosuke Maeda was presented with an excellent opportunity around the penalty spot, but sent that one straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Super first-time effort coming up from Rei Matsumoto, skimming away from the goalkeeper's hands, but only onto the upright. And that Oita pressure would pay off in the 38th minute. Tatsuya Tanaka this time finding the right bend to get that one buried into the side netting at the far post. 4 minutes from half-time and Tatsuki Seiko penalised for handball, although he couldn't have known too much about it. Tanaka staved up, but that's a super save, diving away to his right by Rokutan. Yokohama looking to get back on level terms early in the second half. Yuji Senuma with the header coming back off the crossbar. And Senuma would have another chance 1 minute before the final whistle. This time he heads the ball down, but smothered by the goalkeeper. Frontale hadn't lost since their only defeat at the hands of Nagoya 1 month ago, and they travelled to the Saitama Stadium with momentum on their side. Looking to consolidate their position at the top, here's Shazad Haq.
Into the box. On the volley! Brilliant goal! What a strike that was! Completely out of nothing. They have got the lead here. Kawasaki Frontale. And it's from a defender, Miki Yamane. Superb technique from him. Yu Kobayashi. Now Ianaga. Another little scoop pass, and it's a great ball. An excellent save from Nishikawa, but again, what a combination that has been. Ianaga. Morita. Ianaga. Lofts that in towards Kobayashi. Saito. Far post, oh, that's another great goal. What vision to feed the prolific Yu Kobayashi, his 10th goal of the season. They had numbers in there. There are 6 defenders in there. Just peeled away from Makino. That's just a really good ball to the back post. And that is a man in form, Yu Kobayashi. Three minutes of that at a time left. Iyanaga. Oh, off the post and an easy finish. Damiao. You'll probably never have an easier finish than that. We said there might be another goal in this, and it's fallen to their Brazilian striker, and that is icing on the cake for what's been a very polished second half performance. And look who was involved again. Iyanaga. Delightful little ball played in. The shot coming off the post from Miyashiro, and the simplest of tap-ins for Leandro Damiao. And that is his 9th goal of the season. Well, he's had a good season so far, Leonardo. 9 goals in 15 games. He scored bags of goals for Albrechts Nagata J2, but it's not to be tonight for him or for Urawa Reds, who started the game very, very well, took it to Kawasaki Frontale, who struggled, who were not at their best, it must be said. Final score, Urawa Reds 0, Kawasaki Frontale 3.
FC Tokyo had hit a roadblock in their last 2 games, dropping points and losing pace with the leaders. They needed a win to get back on track, and struggling Vegalta Sendai would be the target. In the 13th minute, a quickly taken free kick by Hirotaka Mita catches the defence out. He gets the ball back and finishes tidily for 1-0. In the 21st minute, Tokyo were almost 2 up. Some lovely skills from Adilton, pulling the ball back, but curling that one onto the foot of the upright. 9 minutes before the break, Kurimitsu Segiguchi on the volley from distance. This one deflected just enough to push the ball onto the post. It was certainly the weekend of the curler. The ball falling here to Rio Germain. Tees it up on his left foot, just wide of the far post though. Little bit of good fortune for Vegalta goalkeeper Jakub Slowik. Clears the ball straight into the path of Adilton, who also attempts a curling effort, and it's also just wide. One late final attempt for a Vegalta equaliser, Ryohei Michibuchi on the volley. Akihiro Hayashi parries that one and keeps the 3 points for his side. Consadole Sapporo continued their poor run of form, giving up points at home to Gamba. It was an all-Brazilian affair at the Marinos, putting 3 past Tosu, and more Samba boys on the score sheet, this time for the Antlers, who took a big win on the road. Shimizu snapped a 7-game losing streak and topped Shonan 3-0. 1 goal was enough to see Owita secure 3 points at home, and Kawasaki convincing again in victory 3-0 over Urawa. So another 3 points for Frontale, the leaders with an 8-point gap after Cerezo failed to collect any points in this round. Nagoya making good progress to keep pace and still with 3 games in hand, while Kashima continued to impress, taking their tally to 30 points in 5th spot. Owita make the move up into 11th with their 3rd win in a row. Kobe and Sapporo doing nothing to help themselves, languishing in the bottom half of the table. First away win then for Shimizu sees them get off the bottom, which means it's Shonan once again anchoring the foot of the division. That wraps up another edition of the J1 League Goalzone Show. We'll be back with you in a few short days. I'm Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time.